So today, though we have a special remembrance of our patron, St. Jude, we also recognize it is the feast day of St. Simon as well. St. Simon as well. And it's because they were both martyred in the same area, in Persia. So they both preached the gospel and were martyred. That is why the color is red today as we celebrate the feast day of St. Simon and Jude. Besides this, we do not know too much about these saints, but the little we do know, of course, is very important because they responded in faith to Jesus' call to go out and to preach the good news. By doing so, they called sinners to repentance and preached that message of forgiveness. They were able to heal those that were sick, physically, but even more importantly, spiritually. And they were able to see in all their dealings not to do their own will, but the will of the Father, the will of Christ. So you may notice that in one of the Gospels, in the Gospel of Mark, Jude is also called Thaddeus. That's why sometimes we refer to St. Jude as St. Jude Thaddeus. In our Gospel today, we hear St. Jude called Judas, the son of James. Of course, we do not want to confuse him with Judas Iscariot, so that is why tradition changed his name to Jude to avoid confusing him with Judas Iscariot. So our patron is the patron of those in despair or in hopeless or impossible cases, perhaps because of the similarity of the name of Judas Iscariot. But we notice our novena prayer that we prayed and will conclude today focuses on that special role of St. Jude helping us in those really desperate times of our lives. He has responded in many times to those desperate cases, and we recognize that we do have a gift, that our parish is named St. Jude, and we strive to grow close to our patron saint. We do have a statue of our patron on this side of the church, and you notice that he does hold in his hand an image of Jesus, and that is because a king asked to be healed by Christ, and Christ put his face on a cloth, gave it to St. Jude. St. Jude brought it to the king, and by looking at that image, the king was healed. We also notice St. Jude has a staff in his hand to recognize that he is an apostle, who the successors of the apostles are the bishops today, as they carry out their role as the good shepherd for the people. So today we celebrate that we have a special intercessor, St. Jude, the patron of our parish, and we call upon him to help us, especially during those difficult times of our lives.